Test one, two, test. Alright, we'll get started shortly. Alright, so I'm just gonna make sure this is all working. It appears to be. See if I can hear myself. Yep. Alright, cool. So this week I am working on my website. I built the site a couple of years ago, and it's not really seen much love since then. So I'm hopefully going through over the next few days and tidying things up. The website is live currently at paulmcbride.com, so we can go take a look, and I'll be able to show you some of the changes that I've made. So this is the current homepage, and this is the live homepage. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a change. I'm using a white background now rather than this like darker grey colour. I've changed to a serif font. I made everything a little bit wider. Same thing happens on the posts page. It's had similar treatment, so I'm using more serif fonts. And then if we look at an individual post, so this is the old one. It had like this cover image kind of thing, and this is what the new one looks like. So I've had a little bit of a background splash of colour, and again made everything larger and hopefully a little bit easier to read. So the plan for now, I think, is to, well, actually I'm not too sure what I'm going to be doing just yet. I need to update some of the content on the homepage. I'm calling out Twitter as a place to come hang out with me, which I don't want to do anymore. And same with Twitch. I'm streaming on YouTube, so let's get those updated, and then we'll see where we go from there. So I use a tool called, what is it called? Content Layer, for updating data on my website. So all the posts are stored in Markdown, and same with stuff on the homepage. So let's take a look at this. I've updated it now. My new email address is hello@paulmcbride.com. That used to be .net. I've changed that now. Okay, so on GitHub, that's correct. Twitch, let's change that to YouTube. And it should be, I think that's all the same. On Mastodon. And I can't honestly remember what the link to my Mastodon profile is. So let's go find it. I need to do it on my home server. indyweb.social. That's the one. Okay, so back to code. If I save that now, head over here. So I should be able to stream on YouTube. That doesn't work just yet. I need to fix that link. And Mastodon, yeah, that works well. Okay, let's figure out what this YouTube channel is supposed to be. Your channel. Why did it bother giving me a... I recently had to change my, like add a handle to the Paul McBride, so I wonder, is there a vanity URL? My channel, about, weird. Oh well, I think I should be able to put this in here anyway. Yeah, let's just replace Mastodon and replace this YouTube link. There's got to be a way though where we use that that handle, right? Otherwise, why did they make that a thing? Let's see if that worked. YouTube. Hey, that does work. Cool. So the rest of this content I think is fine for now. There's some other stuff that I'll update, but for now let's take a look and close this page, and we will take a look over here. Wonder if this works as well. API key not present. Class. Does it work on the live site? Cool. Okay, so that still works, and it can stay there for now. So a few of the things that I want to do then, some of the websites, by the way, that I'm definitely stealing inspiration from is Zach Leatherman's site. He's a big proponent, as I'm sure you know, of independent web. Chris Coyer will be taking some ideas off his site too, and a huge one that I'm stealing a lot of ideas from is Maggie Appleton's site, which I think is one of the best websites, like best personal websites I've come across. Another one I wanted to look at was, I was just thinking there, the guy that works for Next.js. I'll have to find him on Twitter, which is upsetting. Nah, we'll worry about it later. How are we doing view-wise? Is anyone watching it? Wait, two concurrent viewers. Probably Tom and William. Hello. Okay, so one of the things I want to steal from Maggie's site is this idea of a now page. So just a simple site that, or simple page that lists what I'm up to and changes in my life as time goes on. And this is a really cool idea to just keep mostly my family updated. I don't really use Facebook or anything that all my family would do. So something like this might be a good way for them to stay up to date with what I'm doing, and also just, you know, track what jobs have changed to, where and when, and all that kind of stuff. So let's go create a now page. So she's just using /now. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So I'll close. I wonder if I can post this into YouTube's chat. We'll see. Oh, hi Jacob. This browser is called Arc by the browser company. It is very cool. I'll show some of the features here. It has different profiles. So I have like a work profile that contains some of my work stuff, as well as a personal profile, and you can add more of them. The browser company, I think, is the browser.company is the URL. I think they still have a waiting list. Maybe they don't. It seems like you can just download it now. Yeah, very cool. Definitely recommend it. It's a Chromium-based browser, so it has all the usual dev tools that you're used to with Chrome, but it doesn't have any of the creepy Google Spy stuff. So that's pretty cool. So the other, I'll send the link to the live version, or the under development version of this site too. I believe it's this one. Yeah, so this is the pull request branch. I'll send a link into the chat with that as well. And we have a lot of stuff to commit here. So I'm going to do this is my personal website, so I don't really care that a lot of this is one big giant commit. What all have I done here? Remove dark mode. Update fonts and some other stuff. That right there is a professional commit message. So all the changes I've just made should go live shortly to the pull request branch. It's crazy how quick this thing deploys as well. It's nice. Yeah, like 58 seconds for a deploy. Pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, let's build this now page. So with Next.js, that's pretty straightforward. Pages. I should just make a page called now.tsx. And for now, I'm going to copy the homepage entirely, and then we'll start replacing stuff. Let's add a link as well to the layout container. My links are in here somewhere, I think. Yeah. Okay, and it looks exactly like the homepage, which is what we expect. So let's go ahead and start changing it. Let's try and keep an eye on chat here in case anyone's talking to me, which is fairly unlikely. Nope, cool. Okay, so I need to close this one because I'll get myself confused otherwise. So, okay, so here's the now page. So first things, let's start stripping a lot of the stuff out here that we're not using. So we won't be using blog posts. We can go to that. We will be using some stuff from this content layer, but I'll get to that in a bit. We will be using MDX components. So we'll leave those. And the subscribe page, yeah, that can stay there too. We don't, homepage content, homepage. Who knows what that was? Oh, it's coming from there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we can go to these posts because we're not going to be listing a bunch of posts here. What is this? Oh, this is the get static props. We'll leave it there for now because we're going to be changing this to some markdown for the now page. Components is the MDX components. I want to find a way to lazy load these. I don't want to have to download every like custom component I'm using for MDX. But we'll come back to that. For now, let's start deleting things. Yeah, we'll just delete the whole everything except for this components thing because we're going to be using that, I think. Where is that getting its content from? Ah, okay, so we pass it in that way. Yeah, that's cool. So in that case, yep, let's delete down to here. Down to here, for goodness sake. And the featured posts can go too. I can't type. This link is for all the posts. Yep, that can go as well. And same with subscribe. And let's see what we're left with. Cool. So I kind of just want the page to be pretty much this, but just with sort of a timeline, a bit like Maggie has. I like this big heading as well, explaining what our now page is. So I'm gonna probably copy a lot of this design too. I will make this such that, how do I want to build this? So this stuff here is going to be hard coded, the title and stuff. That'll just be hard coded. I think I'll make a separate markdown file for each little update I want to do. I suspect that's probably what Maggie's doing too. That'll make it easier then to separate them and stuff. And then the title of each file will just be whatever these are. Cool. So we'll go back here. We'll make this an H1 because it is now the main title. And font size will be, I think I've got one called Jumbo. Where's my site? Maybe not. Oh, here we go. It turns out Jumbo's smaller than 4XL. What was it beforehand? 2XL. Okay. How many XLs do we have? What am I doing for? Damn, that's big. Posts is what? 5XL. So we'll make them the same as that. And it's 3XL for mobile. That needs some breathing space below it too. So what are we doing on posts? Margin bottom 8. Kind of bizarre that I don't have that here. Cool, that's better. Now it all looks a little bit more consistent. Cool. Where am I looking for? Okay, yeah, so that stuff is on the pull request branch now. It's live if you want to take a look at it and have a poke around. So let's start using a content layer to build out now pages, which I think just need to have a title and content, right? Publish date as well, I guess, so that we can order them. Okay, so to do that, this content layer thing requires a schema. So right now I have just one document type, I think. No, I have two. So the home page is one, the post is a document type, and then here's just some computed fields for the home page, I believe. So I can duplicate this post, and we're going to strip some stuff out of that. So post, we'll call this now post. What do we call this? Yeah, now post. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's accurate at least. And we still have regular post. Yep. Okay. So name is a now post. File pattern posts. And we'll just put this in the now.mdx. The only thing that's required is the title. So the title of the post and subtitle, we don't need that. Description, we don't need that. Don't need status. We do need a date. Don't need a banner. Don't need tags. And don't need draft. I don't even think we need that on posts. I don't have any draft posts. Maybe I do. And it doesn't have any computed fields. So what that should allow us to do, I think, so now post, and so if I go to data and I make a new folder called now, and in here I make a new file called new file Jan 2023.mdx. I'm fairly hopeful I can add some front matter with just the title and the date, which I'm just going to copy from this post for now. So date is going to be 2023 01, and what day is it today? The 4th, 04. Title will be Jan 2023, and we don't need any of this other stuff. And then I can just write stuff here, and it should appear. Well, I'll be able to pull it into this. So what kind of format does Maggie follow, and does it make sense for me? So we don't worry about a title. That'll come from the actual title. And yeah, it probably makes sense to make that January 2023. And I can just write some stuff here. I'm using Tailwind for the style names. Yes, it's just Tailwind I'm using for styles. From a personal website, that works for me. A lot of people don't like Tailwind, but for me, it is just the right amount of friction and guidelines. I also am a subscriber. I've got the Tailwind UI package. So this is like a paid for package that has like hundreds of components all using Tailwind. And when I'm building little side projects and stuff, it helps me do things quickly. I'm not a designer. I'm not honestly very good at design, so I can oftentimes take one of these, customize it to my liking, and get a lot of stuff done quickly without having to worry too much about the design. So it's really useful. Like, I don't know if you've ever built a calendar before, but it fucking sucks. So this just handles a lot of that stuff for you, which is really cool. So yeah, I use Tailwind. So this is a test post to see if I can write now posts, and then let's have like a link included, I guess. How do you do links in? I think that's how it works. Couldn't determine the document type for one document, skipping documents. Please either define a file pattern. Okay, so this is another really useful thing with the content layer thing that I'm using. It's pretty strict. It's sort of powered by TypeScript and stuff, and so it can let me know whenever it doesn't like the file formats that I'm using. So what did I do wrong here? If we take a look at the content layer, so now anything.mbx should have a title and a date. I wonder if this is if I save this, I can determine the document type for one document. I wonder if I just need to restart this because I've changed the schema. I hope that's what it is anyway. Nope, it's still complaining about this. What have I done wrong? I missed this content type, did I? Nope. Interesting. So why doesn't it like this? We'll do another restart, and I'm going to delete the cache that's built in. I don't know if that's maybe causing an issue. URL for the link goes in the parens and the brackets. Okay. That is unlikely to be the cause of this issue, but it's also something we should fix. So, hello world. Yeah, I can never remember which one's which. And this will go to the home page, let's say. Yeah, so it's still complaining about this. File updated. Found one problem in one document. Couldn't determine the document type. Needs to be post or homepage. Oh, I think I've just failed to export this correctly. That makes more sense if I scroll down to the thing that's being... Yeah, there we go. Oh, there's a lesson. Read the error messages. Cool, now it's generating 23 documents rather than 22. Let's restart this. Yeah, honestly, every time it does not stick in my brain. I don't write Markdown often enough with images and links to remember which way around they are. Most of the time, I'm using the Markdown editor for writing this stuff anyway, and it does it for me. Okay, so this, yep, 24 documents rather than 23, I believe. Yep, okay, so that's good. So it is generating this as a separate document. So let's figure out how to pull it into the Now page. So it's going to be fairly similar to what's happening here. So we will do Now posts. I think I need to restart my TypeScript server as well. All Now posts. So we'll do this. We are not filtering any of them. They're all going to be in here. So filter can get yeeted. We do want to sort them by date. And I'm not concerned about mapping any of the content in there. So homepage content is equal to homepage. We're not using any of that anymore, so that can also go. Homepage.body.code. I suspect we'll need that in a little second, but for now, posts are just all Now posts sorted by date. So that can be removed. And then in the browser, we should be able to I think we're going to need this for each and every one of those Now posts. So let's do that here. Posts map thinks it's a post, but it's not. It's a Now post. I need to import that, I think. This is the reason I like using this. I now have a predefined TypeScript type for me. It's auto-generated. It contains all the stuff that I need to make sure that I'm not doing anything dumb, which is very nice. What have I messed up here? I am missing the closing paren for the map. So component can go in here. This needs to be the post.body.code, I think. What is this complaining it needs? Okay, so this is a React hook thing, so I'll need to just pull this out into a separate component. Let's do that. It's going to receive that which will be of type post, which will be a Now post. And we'll do same thing we're doing here now. And I suspect this will complain that it needs a unique ID, which I'm hoping Now post auto generates for us. It does, or a key, I should say. And it wants the post as well, obviously. So I'm reasonably confident there will be a pretty ugly piece of UI rendered now. So if we head back to the site and go to now, yep, so that's starting to work as it should. And the hello world should link to the homepage. It does. Why is it in quotes? I think that's just because I, used quotes in here. Oh, this is going to be so good. Now, it's for some reason narrower than the rest of the content. Why is that? I think I know why. I'm using CSS grid here, and by default it's defaulting to the inner grid, whereas I want to make this like line up with the outer grid, and the code for that is on basically every page. So if I go to the 404 page, for example, grid columns main, and everything that's a direct descendant should start in grid 2 and end in grid 3. And I don't think we need the MX auto. I'll check that in a second. Looks like that should already be happening. Very interesting. Okay, let's debug this. Yep, so grid template main. I think it might just be that there isn't enough content to make it go full width. So I suppose if I set width full on this, which is set to the width 100%, yep, problem solved. Okay, but there's a couple of things we need to do in here. Obviously we need a title to be rendering on for each post. So let's start getting the styles of this, how we want them to be. We'll wrap this in a React fragment because I'm going to do some top level components and React doesn't let you do that. So H2, yeah, that looks about right. Copilot is absolutely nuts. Yep, there we go. That's got too much padding underneath it, I think. I'm going to get some lorem ipsum here. We'll make 2 or 3 posts and just style them up, kind of like the little timeline that Maggie has done. Alright, so generate. January 2023. Go there, we'll make a separate paragraph as well, just to see how that works. And if we come back here, yep, there's the January 2023. If I say I did one a little bit before that, so should probably call this 2023-01 so that they're sorted correctly. It shouldn't make all that much of a difference, I don't think. So let's duplicate this and we'll make, say I did one in December 2022 12, and we'll change this to December 2022. And if I refresh this page, yep, okay, so that works exactly how I want it to. We need to add like a little page explaining what this stuff actually is. our little subheading. Again, I'm stealing a lot of stuff from Maggie here, and I will give her credit for it in the colophon, or however that's pronounced, which is a Nobby designer word for how the site is made. Yeah, I love this website. So we want this little, that doesn't look too difficult to do, I don't think. Pretty sure all we're doing here is like a dotted left border and a little image in like a before or something. Wrapping in a section makes good sense. Yep, a little before that has a border on it, and then the whole section itself, I presume, has a left border. Border left, yep, 1 pixel dashed. That makes it nice and easy to do. I don't want to rip this design off directly. Or do I? I'm going to for now. And then I'll say I'll change it later, but everyone knows that's not how design works. This will stay until next year when I rebuild my website again and write one more blog post. Okay, let's see how we can do that. So Maggie has wrapped these in a section, stuck some padding beside it. Okay. So padding right of 4, I think. What was the beep? Oh, Toby's retweeted me. Thanks, Toby. Padding. Oh, padding left. That's why it's not working. There we go. It needs to be much bigger than that, I think. That should do the job. We also want to add border left of 1. And let's make it red for now. Yep, sure. Cyan 500. Why not? What am I missing here? So it has a border color. I don't think this is the correct thing. It isn't. Cool, so there's our borders. Is there a border style class? I could just look this up, but the little plugin I have does a lot of the work for me. Why look some stuff up whenever you can just hold the down key for ages? No, I'm looking it up. This is taking too long. Tailwind CSS. I clicked the wrong button. Docs. Border style. Border dashed. Let's try border dotted and border dashed, see what we got. left dashed, I presume. It's that, not the... Cool. This is coming along all right. Nope. Oh yeah, Toby saying hello. Okay. I think this is probably okay for now. I don't want to just go ahead and completely rip Maggie off and add that little dot and stuff. I'll figure out a little icon or something for that later. For now, I think this works fairly well. I need a bit more spacing, so let's do that. Margin bottom of 8, which I think is like 1.25 rems or something. Not enough. 12. That's barely making any difference at all. Okay, that looks about right. Obviously these updates need to be written so that they're not just stupid lorem ipsum stuff, but I'll do that later. Let's add a little subheading here. Apparently this is inspired by Derek Sivers. It's absolutely insane. Like, if you've not used Copilot yet, like, check that out. AI is terrifying. But mine wasn't inspired by Derek Sivers. It was inspired by Maggie Appleton. I do not care for that blue. I think all the links already have the... I thought they were pink by default. And let's include a link to that. And there we go. Yeah, I'll stick like a little clock icon or a little calendar. Probably a little calendar icon actually would be perfect for that. But yeah, I think I like this. I'll probably change the actual content of this page a couple of times before I'm happy with it. But for now it works. So what do we do now? So homepage is grand, I think. Probably what I should be doing is writing more stuff. The subscribe thing works for the most part. We could add YouTube, replace Twitch in the footer with YouTube. I'll do that in a sec. The posts page is a little bit boring, but it's okay for now. I want to be able to mark some of these pages as like out of date and stuff. Like this one, written in 2017, it needs updated. Oh, there's someone at my door. I will be right back. Unlucky for you viewers, I have built a little page Yo, just as a quick update, the person at the door was a plumber. We had a leak in the ceiling yesterday, so they're taking a little bit of a look at it. I'll be another 2 or 3 minutes or so, just as I'm letting them in and all that kind of good stuff. So I'll be back again in a minute. Alright, we are back. Hopefully you can't hear the plumber bashing on the roof, because I definitely can. Okay, what do we do next? So we have a now page. I'll need to write some stuff for this. Oh, this is going to be frustrating to work with, I think. So I think there is too much space at the bottom of this now, because each individual post, I need to stop going to that screen because it's melting my brain. Yeah, there we go, that's better. So posts work. This posts page, I have a feeling, is this too small? This text, should it be slightly larger? At least to match like the size of that. Yeah, it definitely does need to be a little bit bigger. Let's make that happen. So this is text 2XL and text 3XL whenever at larger screens. So let's do that. Where am I looking? Here, and we have the blog post. Text 2XL, and it goes to 3XL on larger screen sizes. That is a little bit better. And then I think we want to make the text the same size as this stuff, which I think is just text-base. The base size, font bold. Yeah, it's not got any intrinsic sizing. Whereas these ones have text base. So if I remove this, the posts should be larger sized. And now the read post seems too small, so I will do the same thing. Remove that. Is it too big now? I'm probably just talking crap. Why does this seems tighter than this? Is there font body? I'm pretty sure what's happening here is the stuff in the now page, whereas the now page is using where is it? Prose, yep. Which is like a text class that Tailwind provides that does all the sort of text styling for you. So let's do the same thing on those little teasers. So that should be in the blog post page. Cool, they're nowhere near as giant now, which is good. That feels a lot better. It doesn't look like there's any negative consequences for doing that. Right, what do we do next? Probably build out that like how it's built page. Going to be adding a lot of custom components to my site too. Assumed audience is a great one. Being able to let people know that, hey, I expect you to understand X, Y, and Z for this article to be most useful for you. I'm eating grapes, by the way. Had a lot of those left over from New Year's Eve party. Okay. An about page, I'm not really interested in an about page. That's more just my homepage, right? So what could I steal off Chris Coyer's site? So he has a lot of blog posts is what he has. Interviews, photos. I like this idea. Making my site actually personal and not just stuff I've written, but photographs and other fun things. So maybe think about this. Random presumably just takes you to a random blog post. Yeah, it does. Speaking and timeline. Timeline's a cool idea. This is cool. I wouldn't mind building something similar to this. RSS, I already have an RSS feed. I should probably add the now posts to it as well though. What about Zach Leatherman? Anything interesting I could steal from him? So he has an about page. Some photos and stuff. Cool. Nothing too crazy here. What's in his menu? Very good. Oh, I think I know where I can find the other developer website I was talking about, whose website my website was originally based on. I think I wrote an article. I was in the process of writing an article about how I built it and stole lots of stuff from him. Building a personal website with Next. Nope. Right, it should be pretty easy to find. Purcell DevRel. Lee Robinson, that's his name. Or Lee Rob. Yeah, Lee Robinson. So this is the website that I had originally yeeted a lot of my ideas off. See if there's anything here that I like the idea of. So he has a specific about page too. I'm not famous enough to need one of these, where they have like bios about yourself if someone wants to write about you or whatever. Maybe in a few years I can worry about that. Newsletter. It wouldn't be very hard to build a page like that. Uses is another. Again, I'm not particularly interested in this. Tesla Model 3, nice. Guestbook is a cool idea, but I don't think I want to be building all the infrastructure required for that. I can't scroll to the bottom now. Snippets. They're kind of cool, but again, not relevant for me. This could be useful actually. Update MDX meta. That's cool. So this is a little script that I presume you can run every time you make an update, which will add an updated metadata to the markdown file. I might steal this at some point. Yeah. Oh my word. Can you hear these guys smashing my roof in? And tweets, what's this? It's just tweets he's liked. Is this actually... This isn't a Twitter embed, this is kind of cool. Interesting. Okay, these plumbers are absolutely bashing my roof in right now, so I might end the stream for now, and we'll come back. I'll be back later today, and I'm streaming tomorrow as well. So, um, yeah, keep an eye on my Mastodon and stuff. If I'm streaming again, I'll share this link. For now, I need to, I think, go because there's a great big plumber smashing on the ceiling, and I'm having trouble concentrating, and I can't imagine it's much fun to listen to either. So I'll catch you guys later. Now I just gotta figure out how to end this. There we go. Alright, see you later.